Hey, what's up my friends? Nick Rapkalis here and welcome to today's video. We're going to be talking about 9 mental tips to help you make more money. Hey, what's up guys? Nick Rapkalis here and we're going to be talking about the 9 tips, mental tips to help you make more money. And I got a lot of this content from a guy named Jay Shetty. I was listening to his podcast while I was working out yesterday, which I'm starting to listen to more podcasts and I'll tell you why here in this video. But again, I want to talk about a lot of the stuff that he talked about, so huge shout out to him. I really admire his work and I've just started getting acquainted with him more, but I really like it already. I'm really going to start listening to a lot more of his stuff. I add a little bit more of my stuff and I want to talk a little bit more as it pertains to making money online with your affiliate marketing, info marketing, or whatever type of business that you do have. Jay Shetty talked about how these were tips to help you with your mental health, and this can help with anxiety, help with depression, which again, as I publicly talked about on a previous video on this channel, is that those were some of the things that I started dealing with recently. And it's interesting because I look back on this list and I wasn't practicing a lot of this stuff, and now that I am practicing this stuff, I tend to be a lot more happier. I feel like I'm more motivated, more inspired, and ready to get attacking on the day. So if you can just implement a couple of these, I think it's really going to elevate your game in terms of mental health. Not necessarily saying that you have bad mental health. It's always good to just exercise that mental health just as you would exercise your body. Utilize this stuff. It's going to help you make more money and just be more productive and be less stressed and just happier and ready to get motivated and get after the day. Let's talk about these 9 different tips to help you have better mental health so you can make more money and be more productive and just live a more quality life. First one is dancing, or just moving your body in general. The big reason is this, Tony Robbins talks about this one all the time, is that motion causes emotion. And if you're just in a very solid state and you're just sitting down and you're not moving much, you're gonna be, your brain's gonna follow that, okay? And you're gonna get stuck and you're gonna be very still, and it's just, when you're moving and just enjoying life and just going and flowing and stuff like that, that's when things definitely start to elevate your game. So I kind of like dancing every once in a while. Not that I'm a dancer by any means, but I just like throwing on some of my favorite songs, and then I just start grooving with the music a little bit, and it tends to put a smile on my face. And obviously when you're smiling, you're feeling better, and that is a great way to get going. One of my mentors talks about this strategy of just really moving your body and really just getting energetic, and whether that's just making sharp movements or breaking open or whatever it is, it just really gets the body moving and it gets you in a more positive, resourceful state. Okay, so dancing or just general movement. The second one is removing perfectionism. We live in this society where you start comparing yourself to other people and you just want to be perfect, but that is one of the quickest ways to depression, is comparing yourself to other people and just trying to be perfect. Okay, so don't try and be perfect, try and focus on progress. Focus on single tasking versus multitasking. It used to be this thing where people think, oh, you gotta multitask, get a bunch done. But they've discovered that only roughly around 2% of the population actually has the ability to productively multitask. Everybody else, if you try and multitask, it's just gonna generate more stress. So focus on one thing solely, focus on that just continually, and then once you're finished with that, focus on the next thing. Number 4, build relationships that are based on depth, vulnerability, and being yourself. So many times we have these relationships where we feel like we need to prove the other person or we need to impress them or whatnot. But a lot of this, what I was talking about with Jay Shetty, he backed a lot of this stuff up by research. I didn't get into all the research, but they said, these relationships that you have that aren't based on this type of stuff are going to increase the amount of stress that you have, and you're going to be happier if you have more deep relationships where you can talk about real things and you can just be yourself and not trying to be someone else. Number 5, know exactly what helps you relax and implement that type of stuff. Some of the things that help me relax a lot is just disconnecting from technology. That's one of the ways for me. Obviously you have to figure out exactly what is going to be the best for you, but disconnecting from technology and social media and that kind of stuff greatly helps out for me, and just your phones and everything like that. Second one for me is meditation, and I'm actually going to probably make a video where I'm going to do a week kind of commitment to doing an hour-long meditation. So be on the lookout for that. I got the idea from another YouTuber, and I think it would be a really good idea, and I want to document it and share my results. So meditation, and then also visualization. I'm going to talk more about visualization. I talked a little bit about that on my book review of Psycho-Cybernetics on this channel, which is one of my favorite books, but I love visualization. I'm really honing in and seeing exactly what I want, and those type of things tend to happen when you really focus and emotionalize those visualizations. So those are 3 things that help me relax. Maybe they might help you relax as well, but it's very important just to do the things that help you relax. Number 6, education over entertainment. It's not bad to just go be entertained, go watch Netflix, just have some mind-numbing time to just, relax and veg out. But as Jay was talking about, you want to have much more of your time, your downtime, focus on education and learning, and whatever that is. Whether that's reading books, whether that's listening to podcasts, whether that's watching educational videos. But make it an active process where you're like taking notes and understanding this stuff and conceptualizing it and doing a lot of different things that you're an active participant in. And that's going to elevate your game and keep your mind sharp, because so many people will just go to work and then they'll come home and just watch TV and veg out for the rest of the night, and it's just mind-numbing activity. And again, not to say that that's bad and you shouldn't do that ever, but if you can more consistently read books, listen to podcasts, watch educational videos, stuff that's going to improve your life, improve your brain, you're just going to be sharper and you're going to know more stuff. You're going to be able to have better conversations, and you're just going to be a sharper human being and more productive. Number 7, get outside and exercise. I had a mentor back in the day who 8-figure earner, and he always talked about the number one thing in order to be successful in making money is exercising, sweating. And he made it a principle for him and all of his students to make sure that you sweat every day. So get outside, get some vitamin D, go exercise, whether that's in the gym, whether you go take a run, whether just a walk, whatever it is. Get outside, do a little bit of exercise, and that's going to fuel your productivity, your happiness. And I just find generally that when I'm exercising, then I'm just happier. And when I'm constantly exercising, trying new things. Recently I started boxing, and it's just something that I wanted to try. I thought it'd be a fun workout, and it generally has made me happier, and it's just made me more productive. Number 8, volunteer. Now this might sound counterintuitive, like Jay talked about, where it's like, if I don't have my stuff figured out, how can I go volunteer and help other people figure out their stuff? They've discovered through research that endorphins are released in your brain when you're actually giving back and volunteering for other people. So generally, it's just going to make you happier, and when you're happier, you're more productive. So go out there, volunteer, whatever it is. I mean, you could literally give money to a homeless person, or you could go volunteer at a homeless shelter, or whatever it is. Just help someone, make someone else's day, and it's going to help you feel a lot better. And then the last one, number 9, is getting into flow. This kind of ties a little bit back into the other one of single tasking versus multitasking, is don't try and stay on the surface level, try and do a bunch of different things all over the place. Instead, go deep in one subject and really get into a flow state. And this applies to so much in life, because everything good is within. So if you stay on the surface level, if you're just talking about topical information instead of like deep conversations, deep relationships, then you're not going to be as happy, you're not going to be as productive, you're not going to be making as much money. But if you go deep and you focus on one task and you just flow, get into that flow state where everything's just easy and just coming, and the ideas are flowing and nothing can really, distract you. And that's the key, is don't have distractions. Put away distractions. Get into that flow state, because it's a powerful, powerful state. And that's when you're more productive. That's when you're making more money. So those are the 9. Dancing or just movement. Removing perfectionism. Focus on single tasking versus multitasking. Know what really helps you relax. Build relationships based on vulnerability, depth, and being yourself. Education over entertainment. Make sure you're getting outside and exercising, volunteering, and going deep or getting into flow. And it was interesting because recently I'd even been experiencing some lows and some anxiety and depression to some extent. And I looked over this list and I was not doing this stuff. When I look back at it, I wasn't really moving much. I wasn't dancing or anything. I was trying to be perfect. I was multitasking, trying to do all these different things at the same time. I still had good relationships, but I probably wasn't going as deep as I possibly could have. I wasn't relaxing as much. I wasn't really disconnecting much. I was always engulfed in technology. I wasn't doing much meditation. I was doing a lot of entertainment. I still would listen to a lot of educational stuff, but I was doing much more entertainment. I would watch movies when I went to bed, or instead of listening to books or audiobooks or podcasts or anything like that. And I wasn't, honestly, sometimes I really wasn't getting outside and doing much exercise, and I definitely wasn't volunteering, and I definitely wasn't going deep. I was just staying on surface level. I was multitasking, all that kind of stuff, and sure as heck is that's when more anxiety came into my life, more stress came into my life, and I just wasn't a happier person, and because of that, I wasn't being as productive, and I wasn't making as much money. So those are the 9 things. Implement them, okay guys? Make sure you go out there and do this type of stuff, because it's going to help you. If you're in a state where, maybe you are having more stress and more anxiety, definitely do this stuff. But even if you're not, you want to practice this stuff, because as Jay talks about, you want to practice good mental health. You want to practice these mental tips, because it's just going to help you in general. You don't have to be in a bad state. You don't have to be in a stressful, depressed state just to implement this stuff. It's just going to elevate your game. So when if you're working out, you're working on your body, you also want to work on your mind. It's just going to, those two together are really going to help you out. So those are the 9 mental tips. Go out there and implement these, guys. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate your time. Make sure and subscribe to this channel if you think this helped out. I know this content was a bit different than some of the other stuff I usually put out, but I felt like it was important. It helped me out a lot, and I know it can help out other people. So make sure and share this with someone that can get some use out of it. Subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.